Hi neighbors, welcome back to Cooking with Neighbors. It's nice to see you, and I want to thank you all for being here because you all mean so much to me. You don't know how much you make my day, so thank you all for being here. Today we are making meatballs, porcupine meatballs. It's my mom used to make this. This is her version of it. So you can easily cut this recipe in half. In a bowl, I have 2 pounds of lean ground beef. Okay, so about 900 or so grams. Okay, so for every pound of ground beef, add 1 egg. So I'm putting 2 eggs. Okay. For every pound of ground beef, you add a cup of long grain cooked rice. Now, if you have minute rice, you don't have to cook it. Just put the cup of minute rice in there. If you have parboiled rice, just put a cup of the parboiled rice in there. You don't have to cook that ahead of time. But because this is just like a long grain rice, that's not minute rice or parboiled, I do have to cook it first, or otherwise it won't cook properly in this mixture. So it's actually a little al dente. You can cook it fully or a little al dente because it'll finish cooking in the sauce. So a cup per pound of beef. Okay. And Mom always put in some Parmesan cheese.
Mom, you're wearing the wrong thing. That one says the hungry husband on it. That's for Dad.
This is hubby's one. I must be thinking of him.
That's why it's too big for you as well.
Goodness gracious. Mine is the one that's full of flour from baking bread today.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have 2 pounds of ground beef, 2 cups of cooked long grain white rice, and now I am going to add some. This is just for this type of meatball, okay? And Mom would put in a bit of parm. So this is about a tablespoon of Parmesan cheese, grated. This is a half tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of parsley, and the other stuff is for the sauce. I'm going to get my hands in there, so I'm going to grab a pair of gloves. I know. It's a great way to stretch, like I say, to stretch your meat. And a lot of times when Mom made this, she made a lot of sauce with it, and we would have it with bread.
Did she ever make it for me? Ever?
Oh, probably, Case, when you were
cool.
Yeah, when you were a wee little. And we would have it with bread, and we would dip
I would always tell her to make me soup.
I know.
But the thing that she was making, it was just...
She opened up a can of soup.
Yeah, it was just soup, like from a can. But I'd be like, Grandma, I want Grandma's soup.
Grandma made me soup. God love her. Okay, and another thing Mom always put in it, she always put in a little squirt of ketchup. With this particular meatball, she liked the sweetness of it, okay? So, probably like a tablespoon. Okay, so we're going to mix this well. Now, there's no bread to bind this, so the egg is important. And, yeah, so you really want to mush it together really well. Okay, my oven is preheated to 375. Now, the meatballs are going to be a fairly good size because, like I say, you can have this over rice, you can have it over mashed potatoes, but when Ma made it, she would make, fairly large meatballs, and we would just have it with bread and possibly like garden salad or something.
Probably.
So, she made them quite large. Okay. I'm going to put them in here. So now we have all our meatballs rolled. Like I say, you can make them any size you want. And now for the sauce. So for every pound of meatballs, we use 1 can of crushed tomatoes. So this is 700 and 96 mils, so that's like 28 ounces, okay? I'm going to mix it all in this bowl and then pour it over. And then we also use for every pound 10-ounce can of tomato soup, 284 mils. Like I say, this is got a little bit of sweetness to it. For this here recipe, this is...
So it is a grandma recipe.
It is a grandma recipe.
Got some canned soup.
Yeah, I like canned soup. And this weekend would be their anniversary, their wedding anniversary. Bless them.
Cool.
Yeah, they got married at the end of January. So I'm putting in 2 cans. Now I'm gonna put another. There's a lot of sauce because, like I say, and any leftover sauce you can freeze, or you can put it over some rice the next day. So each can I put a titch of water in and dumped it into this can so that I get each can washed out of the sauce that was left in it. So each one I rinse, put in here, rinse, put in here, rinse, put in here, and I'm adding this to the sauce. And into the sauce I'm putting like a teaspoon or so of pepper and a teaspoon and a half of chili flakes because Ma liked her chili flakes. Also putting in 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And 1/4 cup of vinegar. Just give it some, like the tanginess in this recipe. And a few dashes of W sauce.
Wait, what?
And a few dashes of Someone told me, Pete told me how to pronounce this, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
What is it called?
Worcestershire.
Oh.
A few dashes. Okay?
Worcestershire.
Yeah, the W sauce. Okay, I want the...
Worcestershire.
Yeah. Worcestershire. W sauce. Okay. I'm trying to get the grains of sugar mixed through. Okay.
All right.
And now we're going to pour this over.
It smells already really good.
Yeah.
This is bringing back. We've had this.
Oh yeah, we had this. We haven't had it in a while.
Yeah,
we
just
have
the
had
smell is like reminding me of like times.
Yeah. Yeah, we did have this for sure. Oh, and another thing Mom did, she put a 1/2 pack of onion soup mix in, and you can put the other half in the meatballs when you're mixing it too. Right, so she loved her onion soup mixing recipes as well. Now we're gonna wrap this, and we're gonna put it in the oven for an hour and a half, hour and 15 to an hour and a half, because you want your rice and everything to be cooked, and you want the juices. The rice is going to absorb some of those juices that you put in there, and it does take it does take some time. So you're looking at probably an hour and 15, an hour and a half for this recipe. And I'm going to get a different foil. Give me a second. I already have one open. It's on like, what rack is what I got this on? The bottom shelf rack. Okay?
Alright.
Okay, guys. We are back with the finished products. See that? Goodness there. I'm just going to get lots of yummy sauce. Look at that. So today we're just going to have it with some bread for dipping. So hot. A bit of greens on the side. I'll let the guys do their... Got a couple of dressings made. They can pick their own. Put some sauce in there. I'll take one little bite.
I'm gonna eat the rest.
Oh yeah,
My plate.
that's your plate, Casey. Hot.
Yeah, right.
It's hot, but it's so
You
good.
pretended to enjoy it, but it's too warm.
The sauce is nice. It got a bit of tang to it.
Yeah, I like this sauce.
The meatballs are nice and soft and tender. Cooking it in the sauce, and anyway, it turned out very, very good.
Our dog smells it.
Yeah. I took another bite.
What's your play now? Alright.
Okay, guys, like, share, subscribe. Love you all, and I thank you all for being here. Take care. Keep a good heart. Peace.
Bye.